Welcome back. President Biden continues his spending spree, unveiling his $6 trillion budget, and the GOP is already pushing back.
Biden's proposal includes nearly $800 billion in non-defense spending, $36 billion for the climate, and $2.1 billion for gun violence prevention. But he'll need a tax hike to cover just even a portion of the cost.
Here to react, former Arkansas governor and Fox News contributor Mike Huckabee. Governor, so good to see you again this morning. There's a lot to take away. Where the money is being spent, how it is or is not being paid for. When you look at $6 trillion, when you look at that budget, what jumps out at you?
Well, what jumps out at me is the fact that this is the best day of my life, because this budget comes directly from the North Pole. Santa Claus has come to town, and it isn't even December yet. I cannot tell you how excited I am. It's like going through the catalog and saying, I want one of everything, and by golly, I get it.
There's got to be something in there for you.
This is just terrific for people. Yeah, well, if you love government and you really think that the government will spend your paycheck better than you will, and if you honestly believe that government not only will spend your paycheck, but that they will do it so much more efficiently and effectively than you could ever spend your own money, what's not to love? Because this is, in essence, the everything I've ever wanted budget. Free everything. And it's a 25% increase in spending. I don't know how many Americans are spending more than 25% than they spent last year, but I bet it's not that many. But now the government is going to do it for you. Isn't that great? What's not to love, guys? Don't be so cynical.
Well, Governor, you know, one thing that isn't in the budget, there's no money for the border wall. And a Fox News poll just showed that 50% of the country now supports the border wall. They now feel like it's not as evil as it was under the Trump administration. So no border wall funding, and this budget clearly shows the interests of Biden and the Biden administration because of that.
Well, Carly, you surely have heard that the border is closed. So says the Department of Homeland Security Secretary. It's closed. There's no problem down there. It's all wonderful. And the press certainly believes that because that's the way they report it. So why would we need to spend money on some stinking border wall when we don't even have a border problem? Certainly not a crisis. And the person in charge of it, the vice president, going on 3 months, hadn't been there yet. So there's nothing to see here. Let's move along.
Nothing to see here, just free universal pre-K, free community college, free everything, as you said.
Free everything.
Santa Biden. I think that could work. Governor, real quick, we would be remiss if we didn't ask you, it's Memorial Day, how you look at and view this precious and sacred day.
Pete, as grateful as I am for the holiday and the opportunity to be with family and do the backyard things that so many of us love to do, we better remember why we have this holiday, why we have this country. My little grandson, who is now 8 years old, when he was just not quite 4, went to a memorial service out at the National Cemetery with his grandmother, and he saw these people in uniform. He said, "Who are they?" And he was at that age where everybody, you know, was all into superheroes. And she said, "Huck, those are the real superheroes, those men and women in the uniform. They're superheroes, and they're real superheroes." You know, to this day, that kid has never forgotten that. And when he sees anyone in the military, he always says, those are the superheroes. I think we should never forget who the real superheroes in this country are. And Pete, let me salute you for being one of those superheroes that helped keep the rest of us free. God bless you, and thank you for what you've done for our freedom and our country.
Man, we all think of people today. Governor Mike Huckabee delivering, as always. What a great way to put it. Real superheroes. That'll resonate with my 5-year-old when I get home. I'm going to use it.
True.
Thank you, Governor.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Governor.
it.
Thank you.